Back Airgunner here. As you can see, I have a bunch of replica pistols out in front of me here. I got the Glock 19, the Beretta APX, and the Colt Python. The reason I have these out is I had a fellow airgunner I was talking to recently. He seen my wall of just a lot of CO2 pistols I got, and he was kind of like, why do you have a bunch of CO2 pistols? You know, you really can't do much with them besides, you know, plink soda cans, and, you know, you can't hunt with them. They're just basically for plinking. And I told him, well, first, yeah, they're for plinking. They're just, you know, they're for a good fun time. I mean, that's what I like them for. But I also mentioned to him, you can use these for trainers. As you can see, these are exact copies of the real firearms minus this Colt Python, because this one here is made out of polymer, so it's really light. It's not going to be as heavy as the real thing, but you could still the shape's spot on. What I mean by trainers is, say you own the real Glock 19, you know, it'll fit the actual Glock 19 holster, so you know you can practice your clearing. And what I mean by clearing is, you know, say you have it as concealed carry. When you concealed carry these things, you know, a lot of people, they don't think about practicing clearing. You know, they just carry it on them. But what happens in a situation where, you know, say you're out and at a store or whatever, it's using this as a description, you know, a store that allows you to concealed carry. You know, a guy is in there, pulls a gun out on people, and, you know, he's kind of scoping out the place with his firearm, aiming it at people, and you want to pull out your firearm. A lot of people don't practice clearing. You know, clearing you need to practice on, because what I mean by clearing is, you know, if you have it concealed, you know, pulling up your shirt, pulling out the gun quick enough to fire, if you don't practice that, you know, you're going to be pretty much worthless in a situation where you're going to have to use said firearm. And that's where these come in, because I mean, these are really, really good copies. This thing is pretty much the exact same weight as a real Glock 19. My friend's a police officer, and you know, we A-B'd them together, and yeah, they're really, really close in weight. This one here is a non-blowback version, but you're not really worrying about the blowback, really. You're just worrying about clearing, because that's one of the most important things you could do in a situation where you're, you know, considered this concealed carry, is clearing that from your waistband. Some people have an appendix carry, you know, is getting your shirt up and pulling it out quick enough. So that was my whole thing I had, you know, talked to that fellow airgunner about, is, you know, they're not just, you know, as for plinkers. You can use these as trainers. I don't have any firearms at the moment that match these. You know, I don't have a real Glock 19 or a real Beretta APX, but if I ever bought one down the road, you know, I could use this as a trainer. It'll fit the exact same holster, because, you know, it's a spot-on replica. I just want to do a little video of these right here, letting you know you can use these more than just plinking cans. You can use these as trainers, and I don't, but I mean, that's an option. I mean, instead of having to worry about using your real pistol and dry firing your real pistol a bunch, you know, you can just dry fire these things. You know, and the trigger pull, it's got that click, just like where it hits that wall, and then it fires like the real thing. So you get a lot of practice in it. And if you want to use a CO2, you know, you could have it in your holster, pull it out, and shoot it, and you got the blowback, which simulates, you know, a real firearm. So just wanted to make video, basically, you know, gonna title this, you know, why CO2 pistols, why buy them. That's one of my reasons there. You know, use them as a trainer, because with these being spot on to the real thing as in weight and look and size and all that, it's a cheaper route to go than having to buy a bunch of 9mm bullets all the time. And I mean, this won't replace that. You still want to, you know, practice, you know, say maybe going to a range if you have a range, and clearing and shooting too. But when you can't get to the range, you know, in your backyard, or even if you got a basement or whatever, I shoot in my backyard, as you see in my videos. You know, you got the ability to fire these things, you know, in your house, in your backyard. You're not just regulated to a range, or if you live out in the woods where, you know, you can go out and shoot anytime you want. Not everybody has that option. So make a little video of this is one reason why having a CO2 gun's cool, and, you know, helpful, using it as a tool like the real firearm as a tool. And like I said, I like it for plinking. As you watch my videos, I just have a fun time shooting these CO2 pistols. They're a blast to shoot. I should probably shoot these things more than my brake barrels. And I mean, I love my brake barrels, but man, it's just fun to get out there and fire 19 BBs real quick and not have to brake barrel load single shot pellets. So I just want to make a little video of these and explain one of my reasons why you'd want a CO2 pistol. So catch you guys on the next one.